thought I'd give a little video tour. What I had for New Year's Eve from the Beacon Roundhouse penthouse suite with the bathtub. I brought it all back. I'm a bad winker, but I do tell the truth. I had all these kinds of seltzers, like Izzy's, yeah, and they're non-alcoholic seltzers, but I spiked them with rum and cheap vanilla, store-bought cheap vanilla. So I didn't even know. All right, going to the bottle now. Yep, this is New Year's. You know, I packed it in like it was, well, it's not packed it in like it was French champagne. Then there was sparkling peach. And then, for the last but not least, clementine. Yep, that was New Year's. That was it, spiked with New Year's Eve, spiked with white rum, top shelf white rum, and then store-bought vanilla, the cheap store-bought vanilla that I added to this to make, you know, it was really last minute. That's the thing. It was totally last minute. And, you know, interestingly, over the summer, I think it was, I don't know, June, July, I got a case of French champagne and drank it all. I'm going to the bottle. I'm going to the bottle. I'm going to drown in the wine cellar tonight. Yes, interestingly, I got a fine case of high-end French champagne. But it was actually just cheap ocean spray. Apple juice. It was basically just cheap open, you know, it was cheap ocean spray. Shit, I even kept the bottle. It was cheap ocean spray juice. Is how I felt. I did a review of it. Somewhere there's a review, and I was reviewing it. But you know what? It was actually fine. It was almost like a Chianti, or it was actually a very fine, light, fragrant wine. Imported from France. I got a case of them, and I didn't keep any of them for the holidays. All about instant gratification. Consume now, don't save a dime for the future. That's my motto. Well, that's not my motto, but that's how I live. Just consume it all and don't save anything. But then the holidays came around and I don't have any of that stuff. Honestly, I was a little hard on it because it was breathtaking. It was breathtaking, beautiful, light. I think there was like some rosé, there was like some Pinot Grigio, very fine, delicate, floral, light wines from France. And you know what? I was sort of making fun of them, and I was sort of like making fun of them in a bad way, and I was actually reviewing them as an unofficial non-paid reviewer without the label in there. And I was actually calling these fine, top shelf, French imported wines, I was calling them, it tastes like cheap ocean spray grape juice, not grapefruit, cheap ocean spray grape juice. But, you know, the holidays came around and all I had was like sparkling juice that I tapped with rum and cheap vanilla. Cheap vanilla has all this, you know, it's like this cheap sugar thing. And now I'm like, well, it would have been nice at New Year's to have all these nice French wines. And in fact, I didn't just got one bottle. a couple months ago or whatever. It was fall. I think it was early fall. It would have been great to picnic around with these wines and prance in the daisies with the French wine, the hats and the straw hats, you know, but didn't keep them. Downed them like I downed them like it was cheap ocean spray grape juice. But you know, holidays came around, Christmas week and then New Year's Eve, and I didn't have anything fine to drink. So, you know, then I regretted it. I was like, why didn't I save? I got to case them. Why didn't I save any of these French wines? They were dealcoholized wines. The wine removed alcohol. It's a foreign drink to me. It's a foreign concept. That they make this wine and then they spend all this time and process to remove the alcohol in the wine. That to me doesn't make sense, because it would come out first as wine. It's just like it's probably a huge ordeal to actually remove the wine, but you still get the taste, but there's just no alcohol. That's why I was making fun of them, because I didn't agree with them. But I don't agree with removing the alcohol from the wine unless you want to save it for your friends who are minors and, you know, your friends who don't drink alcohol. So there I was on New Year's Eve with nothing to drink at all. Nothing to drink except this wine that I made, with, I'm not commercial, with sparkling juice and rum. And that is lame. That is really lame, which is why I keep nothing in my bank account. Absolutely nothing. Nothing accumulates. I consume and go. I consume and go. That's my motto. But it's not my motto. It's just how I live. I just don't know it. So I made all this stuff. But, on New Year's Eve, if you don't need champagne, you want to have the fine, you want to have that experience. You want to have that fine taste. And this just didn't cut it, this shit. Well, it didn't cut it. But, that's jerry-rigging. That's jerry-rigging your life and not thinking about the future. That's what happened. So,